Hi, so following on from last night, I'm just going to show you how to make the little scrubby again. So just do your slip knot as you normally would. And then I think it said to chain 4, 2, 3, or maybe it was chain 3. And then to do 12 double crochets into this first loop. So it's the loop that's closest to the knot. So for a double crochet, you insert your hook in, pull the yarn through, put the yarn over, take off 2. So you're going to do that into the same hole for a total of 12 times. There's 2, in again, and it will move, and that's okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's starting to get a bit tight there, so what I usually do is just move the stitches out of the way. So that was, let's count again, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so this is 6, 7, move them again, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I now have 12 double crochets. So what I need to do is, at the very start we skipped a chain, so that's the chain that you're going to slip stitch into, so just the very top of that chain. So a slip stitch, just to remind you, is put the yarn in, taking up 2 loops, pull the yarn through both loops that are on the hook, so through everything that is on the hook, that's a slip stitch, and pulls like that. Now you can pull this little bit of yarn and that'll tighten the center hole. Okay, that's the first round of the scrubby done. Now we're moving on to the second round. So the first thing you do is chain 3, 1, 2, 3. The stitch that chain 3 that is coming out of, so you can see here, this is the stitch that's coming out of, you're going to do a treble into that. So you put your yarn over, into the hole, pull the yarn through, put the yarn over, take off 2, put the yarn over, take off 2. So this is, in effect, this chain acts as a treble, and here's our treble. So we have 2 trebles in the one stitch. So in each stitch, the whole way around, we're going to put 2 trebles, making sure that when we're putting our hook in, that we're lifting both loops. So you're looking for the hole for the stitch. So this is an increase round. So you put your yarn over, go into the hole, pull your yarn through, yarn over, take off 2, yarn over, take off 2. And then into the same stitch again, repeating exactly the same stitch, and we now have 2. So we'll move on to the next one. In we go, and then there we go, and then the same again, and again, and you just continue in this way the whole way around your circle. So in each stitch you're going to put 2 double crochets. Sorry, that's American terminology, you're going to put 2 treble crochets. So the whole way around. And all this is doing is increasing while keeping your circle flat, because you don't want your circle to start having a ruffle edge. And a ruffle edge comes whenever you have too many stitches in the one. So almost back right now. Okay, so we're coming close to the end, and I wanted to show you just what we were talking about last night. So there's 2, it looks like there's 2 stitches left. So if you can see that, you have this one and then this one that's attached. So we'll work into this one first, because this is a stitch that we need to work into. And then this one isn't. This one is where your slip stitch is formed. So you just let that one go. And you slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. So we count 1, 2, 3, and you go in there and pull. That is your second row complete. So you should have, you know, a circular shape. Now you're going to do your last row, and again it's simply using the treble stitch. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're not going to do what we did last night. We're going to do what the pattern actually said. So it said to chain 3 and then to do 2 trebles in the next stitch. So we're literally moving over. So the one that the chain is coming out of, we're not working into, we're working into the one beside it. And you're going to put 2 trebles in there. 1, 2. And in the next one, you're only going to put 1 treble. So 1. Then you're going to move on again into the next stitch, and you're going to put 2, 1, 2, and then 1. And you're going to carry on in this way the whole way around. So you're doing 2 and then 1. Now I know I'm going slightly faster now, but I think most of you should have an idea of how to form the treble crochet by now. So all you're doing is putting that treble in. So sometimes it's 2, like there now was 2, and the next one is going to be 1. The next one is 2, and again you're just repeating that the whole way around. So I'm just going to quickly try to get round to the other side. And again, experiment with this. Start off with a row, maybe the first stitches all being trebles, and then the next row all being doubles. And even if you want to be more adventurous, I'm going to show you in the next little video where the back loops are, and you could do a row where you're just working into the back loops. A back loop creates a lovely texture for your work. So I'm just going to stop talking and get to the end here. And so we're finishing up, so there's 1 there, so there should be 2 here, and then if I look, then there's 1 in the next stitch, which is right, so I know I have them right. So I just slip stitch into the top of that, and that is my little poof done on my little scrubby, and take scissors and cut it off there. So just for ending off your round, you just pull your hook the whole way through the top, and then that's still loose, so I wouldn't leave it like that. So I would go into the stitch beside it or the stitch afterwards, put my hook straight in, pull my yarn through, put my yarn over, and then pull through, and then just tighten that little knot there, and that creates a safety catch that it won't come away. So then I take just my needle and I'll sew in all of those little ends, and this is actually pretty whether it's back or front. It's up to yourselves.